gonna begin this in 1 second. Right there. God bless everyone. Just getting everything stationed. We'll be going over a variety of topics. They will be listed at the end. I appreciate everyone coming through. We will be talking about God too. If anyone has any questions, you can post them as we go through this. I've been going live basically every day. And this will be posted immediately after we're done with this. So we can start right off by saying that who we really are comes from stillness. Absolute stillness of the body and the mind. The whole reason we exist is just to become still. To become nothing. Hello, Rasa. Lego. Nice to see you in here. And it's very simple why we exist. It's not no long drawn out answer. Because when our mind gets free of our thoughts, then we actually experience reality. We feel it. A lot of people are just thinking about how they feel about reality. But this is when you have no thoughts. Then you actually are live. Alive. So we exist to find the stillness. It's nothing. We become nothing. So you, in a way, you can say God is nothing. And at the same time, he's everything. Because you can morph into everything, anything you want. You took the place of a human being. There's manifestations all around. And even in your dreams, again, you're manifesting. You're seeing all these things. So you're not your personality. In fact, you have multiple personalities. You're not who you think you are. Does that make sense? It feels so good to be alive. It's that simple. You don't have to do anything. But do you feel this? People fundamentally miss the whole point of being alive. It's our core essence to feel alive. And to be happy. I don't know what's going on with this. And it's fundamentally being nothing, and yet it's pure joy, it's pure happiness. And we are drowning in our thoughts. It's keeping us from existing and feeling. The truth is, we don't need entertainment. We are entertainment. you, you can see even videos online so you don't actually even have to go there. But the kids in Africa, they don't have video games. They don't even really have any electronics. They're just hunting with a bow and arrow. They're out there in the savannah. They're out there in the fields. Little kids. They stay in huts. They don't even have a two-story home. And the crazy thing is, a lot of us grow up on video games, and there's nothing wrong with video games. But it's like our parents give this to us to distract us from actually being outside when we're young, being in the woods, just getting to know nature. It's like our parents gave us video games because they didn't have time for us. And when your parents don't have time for you, well, usually people get upset about this later in their life. They blame everything on their parents. They become the victim. But what makes you a victim and no one else a victim? Everyone's a victim in their own way. If you have any questions, you can post them down below. We just started this. But our parents, they gave us video games. And they placed us in front of TVs, screens. And it's like they don't have time for us. Or they're trying to distract us. But how come we need distracted? And why don't they have time for us? And again, there's nothing wrong with video games. But when we bring this in comparison to, as you can search these videos online, you don't actually have to go to the place. The kids in Africa, they're out in the savannah. they're not playing video games. They don't even have the choice. But they're shooting arrows. They're hunting. They are playing out in the wild. They're learning. Hello, Andreas. It's nice and cool here. These are my favorite types of days. I don't like when I'm sweating. I don't like when it's hot as hell at night. Yeah. Yeah, and this is why I brought up video games, because yesterday it just occurred to me that yeah, video games are fun and I played them a lot when I was younger, but like I have no memories. Like we were all playing Mario Kart or we were all playing Runescape, Halo outside on the porch, Gears of War on the porch, inside, and so many other games, even with my brothers. Yeah, I even played Tony Hawk Pro Skater Underground with my brothers. And they were fun games. But other than the scene, I have no memory. There was no there's no memory when you play a video game with someone. It doesn't matter if you play 100 hours, 1,000 hours. There's just like there's nothing to take away from that. And you usually don't learn anything. Nice to see you, Stoic. Yeah, and we woodcut. Uh, we hunt and fish. We build stuff when we're in nature, of course. We fetch water. We have fires. And it is like a video game. This is where they get the idea of a video game. That's the breath of God you did there. You're gonna take your Crompo dog. modern modernity destroyed society. Yeah, my Gears of War gameplay uploads. Yeah, it was nothing like it used to be. Cause I used to be like number one. Like I probably played that game probably more than any game. You shaved your body hair? I don't think you need to do that, Andreas. But yeah, you might want to try it a couple times. I don't. You don't look like a monkey now. Yeah. Like when I was young and some of you guys, stoic, we did video games were just coming out. Like PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, San Sanhara, Dust. Yeah, life is a quest. Yeah, Andreas, you got really good skin. Hello, Adam. You don't want to leave the market in general? Well, you also live in like the most criticizing and judgmental place in the world. God bless everyone in here. I've been going live every morning, every day. This live will be posted after this. Lego, you're not ugly. But yeah, there's not really any memories from these video games, and there wasn't really a lot of stuff that we learned. It's as if it was a distraction from our parents and just something to keep us occupied, not spending actual time with us. Everyone in here is blessed. The weather is changing. Yeah, but the kids that grow up like in the wild, as we were mentioning, the ones in Africa, They have all these memories. They are building skills, and they're connecting with their environment, nature, so they know how to survive too, which is just a basic prerequisite for living. But they don't have electricity, and they don't really use electronics. But what is needed beyond their way of living? Why do we have these cities and all these buildings, and they don't have no cities? People that live in villages, they don't have no technology. And it's always been that way to some extent. Yeah. That's good you take your dog out for a walk. No, there's Stoic said, "What's the point of the internet if we can't make a difference?" Yeah, there's just there's many benefits of the internet, and we just got to see it as is. I was just talking more about families and how they govern their children. The parents aren't necessarily teaching them, spending time with them and caring for them. But there's nothing wrong with the internet or the video games. And people probably use a lot of it. It's there's a lot of negativity. Yeah. But then I also met you guys on here. I meant all you beautiful people. We can talk to anybody in the world. Yeah, that's video talk. We can learn things faster. Change and how so? Yeah, I mean, it's just the way you look at it. Yeah, everything in life is just the way you perceive it. And one of my best friends, I he stays in France, and I've never met him physically, but we have great communication, and he's helped me out through a bunch of times. He's gave me so much knowledge, wisdom, and so have all you guys. I think there's just that fine line of ballots. Yeah, the internet's a crazy thing because you can do so many things on here. But the internet used to be a lot slower, and there were times where people in life, they just, everything was done slower. And you might see this in foreign countries, in villages, but nowadays people are always in a rush when they drive. You'll never feel spirituality, and you'll never feel content with life if you're always running around. People are always driving super fast. They're thinking super fast. At the same time, not thinking at all. They're walking fast. They're not enjoying life. They can't, they aren't relaxing. And when you never slow down, smell the roses, you don't always have to be doing something specific. Most people don't even go into the woods. It's like they're afraid of the woods. Back in the day, in ancient cultures and people, they take their time. The Eskimos, the Inuit, people in villages. What is there to rush for? There's nothing really to get. In fact, you want to be still. So still. This is where God comes from. Stillness. Nothingness. This is why you can't see him. Because he's felt. His presence is a feeling based presence. It's a felt. You feel it. It's not a, oh, I know God. It has nothing to do with what you think about it. Life and the reality that we live in has nothing to do with what you think about it. That is the delusion. Our reality is not a thinking reality. It's actually a feeling. And people are never going to be able to become still if they're always stimulated. Doing one thing, then they're doing another thing, while thinking about doing other things. They have so much to do. But those people that live in the villages, they don't have shit to do. They're just calm. A better you is a better us. Slender Man. Yeah, I mean, sick people are the only people. I'm not sure what you meant by like sick people. You like the fact that time passes by fast. Yeah. And you actually can change your genetic structure. It's a powerful thing. If you ever notice people look different all the time, because just the way we think and feel about ourselves, it will affect our outward experience, appearance. Well, you just have to go search the ancient rishis of India. Again, it's just the belief, but if you believe the belief, it happens. It's obviously not a lot of people are doing it, and it's not something where you change like your whole form. It's it's actually so subtle, but it's different. Yeah. It's so subtle that it's a big change, but maybe something just small on your face. So someone who's evil or miserable for a lot of their life, their features on their face, they're going to look evil. They're going to look miserable. It'll also be in their field of energy. I'll see you later, Adam. Yeah. We are actually, you guys know this, we're just the energy around us. It's also inside of us. But that's all we all are. All we are is energy. That's why we can manipulate things. Did you ever play that one game? It's called Fable. Fable. there, there's always a possibility, Lego. Obviously, I'm not trying to cope. So there's always the possibility you can perceive that. Two, you can take action, which is usually the best of everything. Action in the now. And personally, three, I never think about my hair. I hardly even look at myself. Yeah. Like when you're a kid, you never look at yourself when you're a kid. You never even care. The Fable game, when you do evil deeds like pickpocket and steal in the Fable game, which is a video game, you get horns, you grow out horns, you start looking evil. In Lego, if you think about your hairline every day and you concentrate on it, you're already, first of all, going in that direction for the transplant. And also, you could be trying different remedies. So you're already headed in that direction. And maybe there's knowledge out there, which is probably true for all of us. That's why we're going over this, that you don't know about. There's a lot of secret knowledge out there that a lot of us don't know about. Outlines, yeah, it outlines because we are thought. Well, God created everything, and this is all happening. There's no limits. And I'm telling you, there is ways to do certain things. It's just like when you become an enlightened master, let's just say you're an enlightened master from India. It doesn't matter where you're from. You don't care about your physical body anymore. A lot of people don't even care about their physical body anyway. Let's just be honest. But once you become fully enlightened, even if you know how to do stuff, let's just say you could grow back your hair, but you have special superpowers, you're not concerned with growing back your hair. It, there's so much other stuff to do in the world that someone with the ability, we all have the ability to do it. is that when we think we don't, but only a few people actually have it. And those few people have way, way different goals than all of us. That's the thing. Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean by the eyes. Yeah. Yeah. It's every one of our body parts. They tell us the whole story about the mechanism, or the about the microorganism. Yeah. We talked about fasting yesterday in the yesterday's live, and how I could tell everything about somebody by looking into their eyes for just half a second. The thing is, we always see sad people, angry people, so we're not used to seeing the other side of things. We don't know what a truly happy person really is. I truly happy people that I see, maybe 1 out of 100. If that. Yeah. But I don't know if you're talking about like lines in the forehead, stoic. I have to go and back and read this. Palm reading, yeah. Well, Lego, you can search it up online. We have the ability to do that. Search up. See, the thing is, it's like not always online. That's the thing. Growing your hair back, and then there's a lot of bullshit. So I don't know ancient techniques to grow back your hair, something like that. And I'm not sure what Stoic was saying here. We can recognize lines in people's faces. Yeah. People that lived happy have different lines than people who have struggled. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have lines, but I can show you pictures of when I was 18 and I had these exact same lines. Now, I'm one of the people that laughed the most and was one of the happiest people. So, from I'm not saying not other stuff didn't play a role, but people that laugh a lot, they actually get lines in their forehead. I didn't name that. Yeah, I'm sorry, Lego. But it's just it's crazy because actually Buddhists and certain types of people, they they try not to laugh, which I don't agree with that. Is it a game? We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Is it a game or real life? Well, if you were in heaven looking down, you would say you would be laughing that this is a game, but it's both because even they know that we go here. That's why they aren't here. So when we talk about deities and when we talk about higher beings, they're not higher. They're not higher. Just a way of describing of how they exist. No one is better than us. And these gods, other than our main god, which is the creator, the reason these deities and people, the reason they're not reincarnating or coming into life, because they don't want to do this. Oh no, no, no. They're not coming down here because they know how hard it is. Our duality has so much friction, and it's limited in ways, certain ways, because it gives us the chance to evolve. But our life is like a game, and then it is like a real life, like living out in the woods, surviving, and kind of like the Sims, the Sim video game. At the end of the day, what you need to realize, and what other people don't realize, most people don't, we are creating the life. We create the life. Is suffering necessary? It basically is, but it depends on what you view suffering as. Yeah. To become enlightened, yeah, you basically have to suffer. That's kind of what happens because we diversed from God. Even though it was meant to be a fun ex- experience, both of them obviously turned against us in some ways. Yeah. And when we start questioning reality, once we evolve in our thinking and our evolution, when we want to know existence, which is knowing ourselves, we suffer to find this out. Yeah. Yeah, jail's one of the worst own sufferings. And chop wood and carry water is all I want to do basically as of recently. So I agree with you, Jonas. And I'm glad you got to manifest that. It probably, took you to getting the jail to wanting to manifest this though. So it brought about, these things in your life that now you appreciate them and now you just have gratitude. You live in gratitude. And I understand about the beast and the programming of the system we live in. It's all a reprogram. We're all living in a reprogram. But this is the glory. Some people are just waking up, yes. But unless you have a disability, you're handicapped, you can create your life. Most people just waste their life. That's the truth. People, you don't have gratitude of your TV. Go and break your TV right now. If you watch it all the time, go and break it right now. And then do without it for a couple weeks. You don't really appreciate something for most people. It's just until it's gone. It's just kind of how it is for most people. Yeah. Like if you have a car, you have a car, okay, try not having a car for a couple weeks. Yeah. The thing is about living, the thing is about living in an experience. There's some phenomena when you get to live longer periods, you get to learn more. So that is the difference between someone who's young and older, so to speak. It's very unique. And then you get to, that's why it's best to learn your lessons young because as you get older, if you all, it's just about doing what you want. If you've been putting off and not doing what you really want, It could be harder to do what you want when you're 60 years old. Yeah. We're coming up to an hour right now. I thought, Stoic, I thought you were older than me. Yeah. Yeah. Th- That's the beauty of life is yeah, we have to do with the government, but at least we're not chained to a block. That and being in jail, you can't really get worse than those two situations. Yeah. So everyone else in reality has the ability to create their life. They just don't see it. Most people have limiting beliefs. And this is something we talked about yesterday's live is small goals and big goals. Stoics being a stoic. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the vibration of weed, it can affect everyone differently, but it can be too much. Stoic, I hope you're living good. Hope you're living your best life. God bless everyone. This live will be posted immediately after this. Remember to stay in gratitude. Ask the universe what they think, what it thinks is best for you, or ask God what you should be doing. Because what you should be doing is right here in your heart. Your GPS. Most people just ignore the signal because they're afraid of love. It's right here. It's always right now. This is the true life. It's the signal. Yeah. He said Stoic said that's absolutely crazy. Stoic's really really getting it. Just always ask God what I should be doing and what he thinks is best for me. Because you're being honest. Life rewards you, and so does God when you're honest and sincere. Yeah. Thanks everyone for coming through. It's such a great live. We're always here in this never ending moment. And God is within everybody. You are the ruler of your life. They just don't want you to think that. I'll see everyone later. Every live is been getting juicier.